I never thought I would be jealous of somebody who has a mullet, a skinny, weird mustache, or somebody who has an arm broken, but hey, here I am. I stand corrected. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Wicked Bitter channel. I'm Travis. I thank you for checking out this video. If you're somebody who hasn't subscribed to this channel yet, but you do enjoy pro wrestling, this is the channel for you. I'm happy you're here. I hope you're happy that you're here. If you haven't subscribed, I ask that you please take a couple seconds and consider subscribing to this channel. Because if you go look at all the comments we have and all these videos that I've posted, it's a good community. We got a lot of people with good conversations back and forth. I respond to as many comments as I can. I think I do a pretty good job at answering every single comment. I'm not going to lie. And then we also do emails, videos. So if you love pro wrestling, I ask that you please subscribe to this channel because we're putting out content every single week, multiple times a week. And we have to talk about what happened on Monday Night Raw. You see, at first, I wanted to make a video just recapping the entirety of Monday Night Raw. And while watching the show, I was making notes on my phone. And I'm like, you know what? There's really not too much to talk about. Like, yeah, there were some cool moments here and there. I usually go over some key moments of Monday Night Raw or SmackDown. But things that I don't think were worthy maybe of making an entire video of until we got to the very last moments of Monday Night Raw. And to be honest, I don't know, I know this wasn't true for everybody, but for me, I didn't catch the very end. I didn't catch the kiss that everybody keeps talking about today. It's all over the place. Social media, YouTube, everyone's talking about it. Liv Morgan kisses DOMINIK Mysterio. And on my TV, it didn't cut out right there. It cut out right before it. It cut out with them just staring at each other. And then it played the next show or whatever. I don't even know what the movie or show was after that. But I found out about it afterwards, probably about an hour later. I was just scrolling through social media before I went to sleep. And I noticed it. And I was like, oh my God. I wish I had made a video sooner. Because if I had known, this video would have been out yesterday, would have been out last night. But hey, it's okay. I'll come late to the party. It's fine. Everybody has put out their videos already. Everybody has talked about it already. I have to put out one too, because this is huge. We have to talk about Liv Morgan kissing Dom Mysterio. Before we do that, we have to rewind. We have to go back a little bit, because this has been a few months now where they've been building this up, where they've been teasing all of us in the background of interviews, or people walking to the arena. If you've caught the background scenes of what's going on Monday Night Raw, you would see things like Finn Balor and Liv Morgan coming out of the same car together. You would see Liv Morgan coming out of a room backstage, and then a few seconds later, Dom would come out of that same room. So you knew that something was up. We all knew that something was going on. We all thought maybe Dom might have been, cheating on Rhea Ripley with Liv Morgan, or I had put out videos thinking that Liv Morgan was trying to infiltrate the Judgment Day, like she was trying to seduce Dom and try to sway him away from Rhea Ripley. And now, recently, over the past couple of weeks, especially at King and Queen of the Ring, we kind of got a feel of what direction they might be going in here. At King and Queen of the Ring, DOMINIK shows up backstage before the show even began, and he goes up to Liv Morgan, who was being interviewed at the time. She asked what he's doing there. She does not look happy to see him, which then already throws up a red flag for me, and I'm thinking, why wouldn't she be? I thought this whole thing was them kind of trying to be sneaky about seeing one another or whatever, but she's not happy to see Dom, and Dom isn't happy to see her. So immediately I'm thinking, what's going on here? What am I not seeing correctly? So DOMINIK tells Liv Morgan that he's there. He flew all the way to Saudi Arabia to make sure that Liv Morgan does not win the championship. That threw me. I'm like, what have I been watching incorrectly? Cut to later in the night. Rhea Ripley's facing Liv Morgan at King and Queen of the Ring for the Women's Championship. Here comes DOMINIK Mysterio from the crowd, and I'm thinking, so what happens here? Because at this point, I hadn't seen that interview. At this point, I'm thinking that he was here to help Liv Morgan win. But when he was doing that, he slid the chair in the ring, but he slid it directly to Becky Lynch, which I found strange. I don't know, why is he doing this? And then he was trying to tell Becky to use it. Evidently, it's Liv Morgan who uses the chair to her advantage, and she beats Becky Lynch by DDTing Becky onto the chair and then doing her move off the ropes and then winning the title. And then when she won the title, Dominic looked like he was really upset about it. And I'm like, what is going on? I thought this whole time these two were working together. And then that's when I found out about that interview before the show where he said he flew there to try to make sure she doesn't win the title. Anyway, all of this was a cluster. But if you thought about it, you saw the backstage things with Liv Morgan and Dom. You saw her walking away with or having his bandana in her pocket after a show, and you're thinking that these two are together when really, maybe they're not. Finally, somebody in a Judgment Day addresses it. Damian Priest calls out JD McDonough, which I found strange because he said, you know, what was that conversation you had with Liv, or you're too busy talking to Liv, but when he said that, Priest looked directly at Finn Balor, and Finn Balor was looking at JD, so I don't even think Balor knew that Priest was kind of maybe aiming that towards Balor. It's very strange, all of this going on. But Monday Night Raw, Liv Morgan was facing Becky Lynch in a steel cage match for the Women's Championship, and then what do you know? Out comes Dominik Mysterio, and he's trying to open the cage door to let Becky Lynch come out of the cage. At this point, you got JD, you got Finn running down. They're asking Dom, what is he doing? Why are you doing this? Why are you trying to help Becky? And at that point, Braun Strowman comes out, who had been chasing JD McDonough all through Monday Night Raw. And then Braun does that thing that everybody seems to love except for me, where he likes to do that whole train thing where he runs around the ring and pummels people, and he did that to Dom, and by doing that, Dom hit the steel cage door, which slammed in the face of Becky Lynch, and then Liv Morgan ended up winning the match. Just gonna be honest, like last video I said, I'm not crazy about Braun Strowman, and this video is not even supposed to be about Braun Strowman, but he was all over my TV on Monday Night Raw, and I could have done without it. I'm not lying. I don't really care for him. I don't think he's as big of a star as I think he might think he is. I know obviously he's huge and he could probably rip my head off my shoulders, you know, in the blink of an eye, which is all good and dandy, but I'm still not a Braun Strowman guy. I don't know. I don't hate him, but I don't look at him as somebody like, oh yeah, like this is my guy. This is the main event guy I want. I want him to win the title. I don't look at him like that. Some people may. That's fine. But he was all over Monday Night Raw last night. With this all happening, with Balor and JD coming down to the ring and questioning Dom why he's helping Becky Lynch, it made me think, does Liv Morgan have JD McDonough and Finn Balor on her side? Has she been able to sway them, not only from Rhea Ripley, but maybe from the Judgment Day? Maybe she's been able to, it's successful with them, but her attempts to get Dom to do the same, maybe that's where it's all going wrong for her. Maybe Dom is not cooperating. I mean, how did she end up with this bandana? Is it one of those cases, you all know, have you all been in a situation where there was a girl who liked, let's just say a girl liked you, and you were wearing a hat, and you love the hat, and this girl likes you, but you don't like her back. And then what she does is she tries to flirt with you, but you're not having it, but you're not a jerk, so you don't want to really like close it down. But what does she do? She ends up taking the hat off your head. Oof. I've always hated that. She takes your hat off your head, she puts it on hers, and you're just like, that's my hat. You know, what are you doing with my hat? I didn't give you my hat. You just kind of took my hat. But I'm not a jerk, so I'm not going to like snatch it back, but like, can you give it back? That's what this reminds me of. I feel like Liv like took Dom's bandana and trying to flirt with him, and he's just like, I'm not feeling it, but keep the bandana, go ahead and do your thing, I guess. And then it made it so that at the end of the night, the thing that everybody's talking about, when Liv Morgan went to go kiss Dom, she forced her kiss onto him. If you watched it, right, and I don't know if it was intentional on purpose or not, maybe Dom was uncomfortable with it, I don't know, but in the replay, or if you watched it live as it's happening, Liv Morgan forcefully kisses Dom, but it's more like she's kissing him and he's not kissing her. So if that was on purpose, this further adds to what I'm thinking. She's coming on to Dom, and she's trying to persuade him. She's trying to sway him away from Rhea, but Dom has hesitation. He doesn't want to. He loves Rhea Ripley. That's his mommy. That's who he's with. He doesn't want Liv Morgan, but she successfully have swayed Finn and JD where they were going along with her plan, but maybe Dom is not. I feel like that's where we are in this story right now. They could throw me again. They can confuse me again. I'm sure they will. But as of right now, that's the feeling I'm getting from all of this. I don't think Dom wants to be a part of this. I don't think I've seen posts where Dom should be a special guest referee for Liv and Rhea. I personally don't see how that would make any sense. If Dom has been trying to get Becky to win, it's not like Dom is showing any signs of being on the side of Liv Morgan in this type of scenario. Until that happens, until he shows that he is starting to like Liv or whatever, I don't think him being a special guest referee for Liv versus Rhea makes any sense to me, because so far it looks like Dom has been on Rhea Ripley's side but is being forced by Liv Morgan to be on her side. It just doesn't fit for me. I can't wait to see where they're going to go with this. But to mention one other thing before this video ends, Becky Lynch, apparently after her steel cage match, she stayed in the ring. She was emotional. She was waving bye to the crowd. The crowd were chanting, "Thank you, Becky." She later posted on X or Twitter that it was a picture of her walking backstage, and it said to be continued. There, of course, are rumors going around that Becky Lynch's contract is coming to an end, and it is coming to an end this week, and that she hasn't re-signed. So, is Becky Lynch going to AEW? I've said this in other videos. I 100% do not think she's going to AEW. Now, who am I? I'm just a regular guy. I don't know the ins and outs. I don't know anybody personally. I don't know the behind-the-scenes stuff. I just know, going off of my own intuition, my own viewing, my own thought process of WWE and Becky Lynch. Let's face it, Becky and Seth, both in their late 30s. I don't think, after building all of this stock in WWE, that A, they're going to leave and go to AEW and most likely have to use a different name. I don't think they want to do that. And B, I don't think WWE would want to lose either one. Now, we've heard that Seth has resigned. I fully expect WWE to re-sign Becky Lynch if she hasn't already. Maybe they're just not coming public with it. But I feel like Becky Lynch might take some time off because, as you remember, if you do remember, around WrestleMania, I think the plan was Becky Lynch was supposed to lose to Rhea Ripley, and then Becky was going to go away for a little bit. Vacation, time off, whatever you want to call it. But the fact that Rhea got hurt, they asked Becky Lynch to kind of step back in and not take the time off and kind of push it off a little bit. And that's exactly what they did, because I didn't think Becky was going to lose her first title match against Liv, but they did it. This was a way to help Becky give the title to Liv, to buy some time, and to build Liv up a little bit. And then now Becky gets to go off and do what she had originally planned, whether it's to go spend time with her family or her kid, whatever it may be, to rest. I mean, Becky's been going at it for a long time. She deserves time off. It's time to build other stars. We got Liv. I know a lot of people, especially on this channel, aren't crazy about Liv, but she might grow on you, is what I'm going to say. I think Liv is showing different elements and layers to her character, and I think this is only the beginning. So let's just see where it goes with Liv. I don't hate her. I'm not against Liv being champion. I knew she was going to win it at some point. It was sooner than I had anticipated, but it's fine. I like what the storyline is right now with the Dom thing and the Judgment Day and Liv. I can't wait to see what they do with that. But as far as Becky Lynch goes, I fully expect her to take some time off, but I do not think that she will be going to AEW. I think Becky is a WWE lifer. Could be wrong, but I just don't see it happening. You guys let me know your thoughts on everything that happened, what's going on with Liv too, everything with Becky. I would love to hear from you. I really, truly do look forward to your comments every single video that I put out. Hey, real quick, in a couple of days, it's your boy's birthday. If you feel so inclined to, hooking your boy up with a little something. There's a little button down there that says super thanks. Of course, do not feel like you have to. I'm just saying, it'd be cool. I'm not gonna lie, it'd be cool. Especially because I got a wedding coming up and trying to pay for. But totally disregard it if you don't want to do it. You don't feel like you have to. I feel weird even mentioning it, but hey, I thought I would say it because it's there. But hey, I appreciate all the support regardless, whether you do it or you don't, because everybody that subscribes to this channel, everybody that comments, everybody that likes, everybody that emails, I truly do enjoy the support and actually talking to you guys. I really do love it. We've built a really cool community here. So yeah, let's keep this going. Let's keep this growing. I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. I'm sure I'll put out another video here. I might actually do one after AEW because MJF is back, so I kind of want to see what they're going to do with that. But yeah, until we yeet again, my friends, stay bitter.